Everyone to season 1 of Pokemon Showdown. This is the grand finals between Charbotron and Nuttier. My name is Panini. I'm here with the wonderful Zafton.
I live. Um. Anyway, hi everybody.
Type of Prod R in chat.
Pradar.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're about to get into this grand final. I didn't know this event was happening because I forgot to mark Pokemon in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
But I am glad to be here. If anyone wants to match me in ZU, I'm down. That's right, I am a ZU enjoyer.
Oh, I need to change the title too.
Are
yeah, I did. Yeah, no, we are live.
Oh, good.
I did not actually get a chance to prep anything because I didn't realize I was casting until about 10 minutes ago, or prodding, I guess.
Same here.
Well,
Same here.
Right.
We're on the same page on that one.
Let's see.
But I mean, we're all lucky that I finished a Swift play on Valorant like 1 minute right as I was seeing that I was on sudden death. I'm like, yeah, I can end this. And by end this, I mean I jumped into enemy lines and died horribly.
So I'm trying to center my little window on screen. Okay, that looks good.
All right.
So title.
I don't see what you see. We're starting. All right. It is Samurott versus a Great Tusk in the beginning. Great starting matchup by Nutty with that good old type advantage. So let's see. I don't actually know what abilities are. I'm gonna scroll over. Nope, does not. I'm assuming it's Moxie. Wait, it says
for possible abilities,
sharpness. Yeah. Wrong ability, wrong Pokemon. I don't know what sharpness does. I'm gonna be honest. I did not play Gen 9, but an amazing flip turn to get out. Make sure to not threaten a fighting type move on the dark type. Right, I'm the only caster.
What? No, I'm
assuming...
here.
Oh, you're here? Okay. Yeah. Yep. Goldango definitely with a balloon.
Balloon.
A balloon makes it immune to the ground type attack. Great read by Nutty.
Yep. Early advantage.
The question
Great
is,
Tusk, I know, has been one of the heavier lifters for Charbotron. I've noticed this season. So.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch any of the seasons, so I'm gonna take your word on it.
Yeah, Nuttier has kind of been this like powerhouse. Charbotron has been doing pretty good this season too, but I think Nuttier was number 1 seed out of the regular season. So I would say he's probably the favorite.
That makes sense. Goldango is one of the most broken Pokemon of Generation 9. Although I didn't buy Gen 9 because I didn't have my homeboy Electivire.
Let's see. I'll do an announcement.
Yep. Headlong Rush. Did Headlong Rush? What is that? Okay, that didn't tell me anything. Okay, a noticeable swap out to set up the drought. Make it rain. Big damage. Even a resist at 50%. That is why Goldango is so dangerous. Having a stab steel type make it rain. Even in I follow more of the doubles, so that's where I know a lot of this. Goldango is one of the most powerful spread. Make Your Rain is one of the most powerful spread moods in the game. However, good call because when in doubt, make it rain. Which allows a free setup onto the drought. Well, in Ninetales swapping that out with a snow warning.
Whoa.
That was a risky play, but it worked out. Ninetales lives. Overheat cannot one-shot anymore because of health. Wait, no. Is Overheat health-based? That's Eruption. Eruption is health-based. Apologies, chat. On to the next point is probably, I don't think it's going to be a swap. I think one of these two is going to swap out. What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised to see. I've noticed they've both been kind of swapping pretty frequently so far. So I wouldn't be surprised to see another one. Yep. Touches grass. Coming in.
Oh, the Aurora Veil. Good read by Nutty. Aurora Veil is incredibly powerful, especially with the changes to hail. I mean snow. It's snow now. Increasing the defense and special defense of ice types. No, physical defense of ice types. I forgot. Special defense for sand. Swapping into the Magnezone.
Let's try that.
Into a resist plus Aurora Veil. Right. Snow doesn't do chip damage. Question mark? Hail did chip damage. but this is good. Definitely the advantage is on Magnezone, a very powerful special attacker. Let me check. Alright, I can see the moves. I can't see their moves. If Magnezone has a cover move like Flamethrower, Leafeon is screwed.
Yeah, so it looks like you can see the moves if they use them. So like you can see all the ones that have been used. So if you check,
I know we were able to see them before the match started, and I didn't take any notes.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, we should probably announce the format that they told us. This is a best of 5. We'll be pretty much moving into the second game as soon as possible. Yep, makes sense to swap out Flash Cannon with a crit. I don't know if there's a chance, given the steel typing, that Torkoal might be let's see, Charbo might sack the Torkoal to get a trade. The question is, will Nutty handshake it? Given that Magnezone is a very powerful piece on the board. Nope, he decides to keep the Torkoal alive. Reading the Thunderbolt and getting in a free swap into Great
Tooth.
Great Tooth. Okay, yeah, that's not his name.
Well,
his name's Great Tusk, but I love the nickname. Tooth, go! Guys, I won my comp game. Great job, Myanmar.
I'm trying to work with the prod here. I'm trying to make more
Ooh, a very nice Endure. Doesn't really work. I think what happened was Great Tusk was that Charbo was predicting a swap out and used a not very effective move. But instead Magnezone was reading a super effective move. So that just led to nothing really happening that turn. Aurora Veil still for another 3 turns, which I think means... I think Alolan Ninetales is holding the Light Clay to increase the turns of Aurora Veil. Anyway, swap into not Barbak. Oh. Salt. He named it Salt. Garganackle. The Salt Giant. Anyway, looking at this, I don't know what ability is good on Salt. NACL, Salt. Both players trying to get a read on the other. It is a standstill. Trying to hype up people making moves in Pokemon.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this is that sometimes it'll just people will be thinking really hard. You gotta pick up the best move.
Rush. The photosynthesis is up. I missed that photosynthesis. So there's an attack buff. Oh, okay. This is gonna take a bit to unpack. Hopefully they don't make a lot of moves. So, Great Tusk got a speed boost from something. Then used Headlong Rush, which is I guess ground type close combat. He had an attack boost for photosynthesis, but we see the sheer power of Aurora Veil, reducing a super attack boosted super effective move on Gargantual to just over a half hit. This allows him to... Was there terrestrialization? Yes. And Garganackle terrestrializes to Ghost, becoming a Ghost type. From the last turn as well, contacting Garganackle inflicts you a Salt Cure, which is a residual dot. So that puts a Great Tusk on a timer, and we are starting to see that kind of play out with with Great Tusk only having 26% left. This is one of Charbo's, as you said, Panini, is one of his strongest pieces. So he might swap it out to preserve it, but that would lead to him losing a lot of stat buffs.
Yeah, that's the one thing for Nuttier is if he manages to take out this Great Tusk this early, he still has his Quake of All. I know is one of his better ones too. Like coming off full health, like that would be a big advantage for Nuttier early here if he's able to kind of finish this. I guess technically it's not a kill; it's a feint, but
yeah,
get the feint out.
Ooh, great job by Nutty to see what was the writing on the wall, seeing that he had to swap out his strongest character, his strongest Pokemon. This has led to him boosting up to Iron Defense, which buffs the damage of Body Press. Why the heck did you name your Leafeon Touches Grass?
Because that's what they gotta do after the game. They gotta go out and touch some grass because they've been playing too much Pokemon.
15 degrees outside in Wisconsin, and we have snow, so I can't touch grass.
That's rough.
Anyway, Synthesis to heal up, Body Press to remove him back. Swords Dance has yet to be used yet. I think he could try to go for an attack here. I always thought Leafeon was a special attacker. I must have been wrong. I think he doesn't want to swap out because it's really hard to get a safe Swords Dance up. But also he wants to have other stuff happen. Yep, he swaps it out.
Ooh.
Insult here, super effective. Finally, First Blood goes to Nutty. However, this makes sense, sacking the Torkoal to get up Drought so that his Leafeon can sweep. However, with Alolan Ninetales still in Nutty's back pocket, there's a good chance this Sun will not last.
That's cool.
Especially since Charbo did bring a Sun team with Walking Wake. He's actually been pretty good, I believe, with his signature ability working well in Sun. I might have just made that up. I have not played Gen 9, but I remember hearing about that somewhere.
I think Iron Moth is pretty strong in the Sun too, but...
Yep, Fire type. Fire types are good, and Leafeon probably has Chlorophyll, which increases speed by a lot in the Sun. But yep, new bug. Iron Moth coming out. He is ready.
Oh, it actually doesn't show you the names until they actually come out. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think Charbatron named the Walking Wake?
I don't know, but a Terrestrialization to Fire to get a big hit. However, it's traded by a Salt Cure. Salt Cure allowing just even more damage to be put in. However, with that, Garganacl goes down, but not before putting Iron Moth on a timer. It is up to, well, first Nutty to bring someone in. His team, now that I'm looking at it, is not that good into Sun. He brought 2 Pokemon that are weak to... This makes sense. Water does beat Fire, however, the Sun might... Even with the Sun weakening Water move attack, the Water attack moves, he should be able to finish this off. Yeah,
and Iron Moth is another one of Charbatron's heavy hitters along with the Great Tusk, so...
Makes sense. Paradox Pokemons, you get to use items that boost their main attack item. I believe it is called Quark Drive. For future Paradox Pokemon like Iron Moth, and for Great Tusk, it's called Protosynthesis.
Yeah, Great Tusk has...
That's their ability names, I'm sorry.
Great Tusk has Protosynthesis, and New Bug has Quark Drive. Yep.
Okay. There is also an item. I forgot what the item is. I think it's called Booster Energy. I'm gonna look it up real fast.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure how to spectate these, so I don't know if I can view the items they have.
You're supposed to be able to, but Booster Energy, if held by someone with, it requires sunlight. So if it's held by a Pokemon with Protosynthesis, like Great Tusk, when sunlight is active, it boosts something.
Big Borb.
Big Borb the Corviknight, a great tanking Pokemon. I used that in my Sword and Shield route. Really good.
Yeah, I think that might be really helpful for Charbatron here, especially with both Iron Moth and Great Tusk starting to run low here. Touches Grass about at half health right now, too, so... Being able to soak up some damage from Nuttier might be really good, and just buying enough time to get... keep your heavy hitters alive while kind of surviving through the majority of Nuttier's lineup here.
Yep. Especially since there aren't any direct count... I think the only... Magnezone.
Oh, Legs comes out. There's the Walking Wake.
Yeah, and there's Walking Wake called Legs. Okay. But this is a good... Decent read? Oh, never mind. He swaps him out because he reads the flamethrower. Good job. Still, even in the water, even as resistant, the sun-boosted flamethrower dealing 38% of Samurot's health.
Yeah, which is that's
Quite
noticeable. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that means
62% is still like relatively comfortable, but like 38 is a pretty big hit.
yeah, that's a 3-shot, and if that was a low roll, that might even be a 2-shot.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, both teams are starting to take some hits here. So
the hits are rolling. It has gone from a strategic dance to an all-out slugfest.
I'd say it's still relatively even between the two teams right now.
I have to agree with you.
They're still making those swaps here. So who knows if these two Pokemon are gonna, or these two Mons are gonna be the next ones to stay in here. Oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Huge hit from both teams, actually.
As I said, it's time for the slugfest. I don't know. Let's see the speeds on these Pokemon. 295, 348. Okay, yeah. He would have known that Walking Weight would have outsped Samurai.
Yeah.
This wasn't one of those debateful, they're both in the same speed tier, speed tie things. It's like, nah.
Relatively big advantage.
Yep. I mean, yeah, actually, nah, there's no way to say it. That's a fast Pokemon. Spikes have been laid. When did Spikes get laid?
I don't know.
I missed it.
14% Ninetales comes out.
Yep, to set up that ice.
They have identical speeds now, so.
Yeah,
same
this is going
range.
to be a coin flip. I think Nutty is trying to roll on an Aurora Veil, which vastly improves both defense and special defense. If he outspeeds, this will be good for Nutty.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
not count-wise, it'll be a 5v3. But this might either be a big brain play or a misplay.
Yeah.
He's cooking. Okay.
Corviknight coming out.
Oh,
really
he was
good
going
move.
from Moonblast.
And like you said, taking that earlier, you keep your 5 Mons alive while potentially being able to finish off this Ninetales. The Ninetales will outspeed the Corviknight here.
The thing is that, also now I'm thinking about it, Grant, we don't know the entire movesets of everybody, but Samurott was the Pokemon with Flip Turn, which allows you to attack and swap out.
Oh, yep.
So, all of his switches now for Nutty has to be hard switches. Unless Magnezone has Volt Switch. In that case, I am wrong.
Potentially, but I don't think so. Yeah, just looking at the healths right now, I mean, Charvatron does have a lot of low HP Mons right now, but the Corviknight is going to be able to take a lot of damage, but the Gholdengo and the Quakeball are both 100 HP for Nutty here, so...
Makes sense. Ooh, an Iron Defense. Won't actually help him against especially offensive Magnezone, especially since I don't think he outspeeds. Magnezone is quite a fast Mon. 240.
It's close.
256. It's close. If Corviknight has no speed investment, then it's close. But if any speed, okay, yep, he reads it. Super effective.
Whoa.
Endures to 1%. Is he going to fear? Is he going to do the fear? Wait, no, he can't do fear strats. Oh, that's what he did. Custap Berry. Custap Berry, when at low health, doubles your speed.
Oh, yep.
Granted, he didn't, unless, no, wait. Yes. That wasn't really effective. I mean, it dealt 65% of his health. It was effective. But not the way that he wanted to use Magnezone. But he had to sack something. Gholdengo is probably his best bet due to the sheer damage. But the roost.
Wow.
This is going to be a hard fight. It's doable. Gholdengo is one of the best special attackers in the game. But no, he's being outstalled. Because he can't use Make It Rain. Make It Rain is Steel. Corviknight resists Steel, and it also lowers your special attack. So he's stuck currently on Shadow Ball stand. And Mirror Armor reduces his special defense. I can see an angle where with that special defense drop, Charbo might try to swap to Iron Moth. But no, it seems like he's just going to stall it.
I could see this being a very good move.
Some water.
I think this is
Keep an eye on...
just back and forth, but up to 4 times defense here for the big Borb of Sharbatron. Still able to heal up quite a bit of this damage thrown out by Nuttier. Just keep spamming this Shadow Ball.
I think he's fishing
Brave
for
Bird comes out, resisted.
Drop.
The balloon did get popped, though.
That means he's now susceptible to Great Tusk attacks.
That might have been the play, is just kind of soften up this the Goldango to open it up for the Great Tusk to come in and finish it.
Yep. Balloon is one of those items that, if you don't expect it, is really good.
I got my
eye
on Howard here from Nuttier. Howard's gonna have to come out big. Howard is the Quaquaval.
Oh, Howard the Duck. I see what they did.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. I was wondering about that. I thought it was Howard Hamlin from Better Call Saul.
Nah, I was thinking for a second. For a split second, I thought it was Todd Howard.
Oh.
You know, that was great. The spikes. I mean, honestly, with how high Goldango's special attack is, even without the spikes, that was a strange play. Actually, no, it makes sense. Sacking,
Walking
Wake to probably get a safe swap into Iron Tusk.
Yeah, I could see that. But I also could see Nuttier reading that and just putting a different Mon out.
Well, even so, because it's the same turn, Iron Moth, that same effect.
202.
But
should be a speed advantage for Charbatron here.
Yes, definitely. He can't.
Oh.
Yeah, can't swap out.
Howard.
I think he probably could have. I'm going to be honest. Because, well, honestly, it probably was for the best. 3 out of his 4 Pokemon resist Make It Rain. Because Iron Moth is Steel and Fire. He quad resists Make It Rain. Great Tusk resists it because he's ground. And Corviknight resists it because he's flying. So, it makes sense, but it's still a hard decision to make. But we'll have to see if it pays off.
Another Fiery Dance, but I could see, I was going to say, this Iron Moth likely will fall here.
Yep, and Moxie boost. Moxie is one of the best abilities in the game. It is so snowball. You get 1 kill, you get the same boost as a Storage Stance. No, you don't. It's 1.5 boost. Storage Stance is times 2. But, and given his ability, the signature attack of Quaquaval, Aqua Step, that gives speed boost. So that is the gameplay of Quaquaval. You kill, you pick off somebody, and then you just start snowballing.
Yeah. I was gonna say Leafeon out here might be a good move.
But even then, a good spike to help chip. Even 1 level of spikes is pretty good. Spikes can go up to 3 levels. I know everyone kind of knows that, but
I think this is looking really good here for Nuttier.
Yeah.
The speed buff coming out for the Quaquaval, managing to hit an early hit onto that Leafeon.
And the Moxie buff to make
low
it now
HP.
times 2 attack.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Quaquaval is fighting, which means he is neutral on Corviknight, and we see that now. Now at 2.5 times attack, but also his defense is halved.
I think that might be it here.
Maybe. Unless this is a max speed Great Tusk.
I don't know, man.
I don't think
Even
so.
then, I don't know if a 14 HP Great Tusk can manage to clutch up against Alolan Ninetales and Quaquaval.
Nah, because... Oh, right, Aqua Step it has higher speed. Honestly, 14% Alolan Ninetales and a Quaquaval at half health or who has it all defensive stats halved as well. Pretty close.
Yeah, like this match was pretty close overall. I think this could be a really good sign that we're gonna have a good series here. Like you said earlier, best of 5, so minimum of 3 more. But I think it could go longer than that, based on how this went.
Definitely. I do not know the rules of this tournament. I don't know if you're allowed to make swaps or move items around.
I would assume you are, but
I believe they said they'll be sending us the link.
Yep. So
I don't know where the link is.
Who's your MVP for Nuttier this game?
I will say it is either the Cooler Ninetales, i.e. a Lonely Knight. Actually, no. I think it is.
It's got to be the Quickball, right?
I was thinking Garganackle. Garganackle
really
helped put in some chip with Salt Cure.
Yeah.
Just helping keep it, because the only reason like Leafeon was at that low of health, same with walking weight, was Garganackle. He set up the sweep. Sure, Quavel, definitely strong army because he's the one that performed the sweep, but that sweep would not have been able to be done without Garganackle doing all of that stat. And I think that's our second clip. Yep, game 2 link posted.
There we go.
We'll be over there in a second, everybody.
Well.
Oh, there has been a change.
Yeah, because I was thinking you'd be allowed to make subs in between. Sylveon comes out. Let's go.
And Sandy Shocks for Leafeon. And Dipplin. I love Dipplin. Dipplin for Nuttier.
Yeah, Nuttier keeping a pretty... Well, I guess they both are keeping a pretty similar lineup in terms of, like, the big...
Yep, definitely the Sun Core there.
Yeah.
With Iron Moth, Torkoal. Torkoal is the quintessential Sun Team Pokemon. He's tanky. He can set up. He has Drought. He was one of the first Pokemon ever with Drought. He has been here since 2002, and he's gonna stay here. Starting with Iron Knot into Garganackle, also known as Salt. I'm gonna call him Salt.
Knackle.
There we go. Knackle the Garganackle is in.
Knackle, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because he's a salt giant. That's his story. He's actually made of salt.
Oh, that's why it's in it. I gotcha.
It's the rock salt Pokemon.
I was like, that's such a fun name.
Mm-hmm. That's why his ability is called Salt Cure.
Here, I know no one's watching this, but I'm gonna do a little poll or a prediction.
Yeah, I'll join this next season because it's a very minimal, well, not minimal time investment, but it's a lot easier than going and finding a full team.
Oh, I need to change. Oh man, I forgot to change the stream.
Title?
What is it called? No, the game's category. Oh man, we're not doing Overwatch 2.
We're doing Pokemon. I mean, I probably would have Pokemon. Anyway, once we get ready for Game 2, we'll do a reintroduction. See if we can pull any more people.
Viewers, no. How do you change the... Because it does say drops enabled, so I would feel really bad if people were getting Overwatch drops for this.
No, this is good.
Let's see.
You take stuff away from Overwatch. It's like, yes, you don't know Overwatch drops from watching Pokemon.
Nope.
So I started playing Valorant.
Let's try that. There we go. I did it.
You did it.
But it still does say drops enabled, so I don't know how to get that off. But
okay. Anyway, we have a turn. Our first turn actually happened.
Yeah, Charvatron's using the full 6 minutes here to 4 minutes, whatever it is.
Okay, I didn't realize the game had started. Sorry, chat. Anyway, Nelson.
Charvatron representing trans rights with this Sylveon here.
Hyper voice.
Whoa!
Oh, the crit. That was a fat crit, and that just puts Charvo in such a strong position.
I don't know if that was like a misread by Nuttier or if it was like just a really good play by...
That wasn't a misread. Hyper Voice, Pixelate. Pixelated Hyper Voice is just incredibly powerful. Yeah. There is no way you can dodge that. A crit is a crit. 6.25% chance.
This Goldingo also still has Balloon.
Yep, and it's Steel time, so he resists all of Sylveon's attacks, unless Sylveon has packed Sludge Bomb. Then maybe not.
So I'm expecting a swap here for Charbotron.
Definitely, because he didn't have to invest anything. Didn't have to, unless he's wielding a what's it? He might be using choice specs. Doesn't show me items.
Charbotron has 180 seconds left. They hear to have an Overwatch match at 9, and they're just trying to stall, so I miss my game. Super effective, but still only drops. In.
The Ghost Terastallization is an amazing defensive option. However, using it here on a creature that has, on someone who has Shadow Ball, which also means they're not spec'd in. That was just an off-the-rip Hyper Voice crit. So this here was a mistake from Nutty to Terastallize into Ghost. Salt Cure is resisted because it's Nelson and Rock into Steel, but the Salt Cure, as we see, just chipping away. Most of that, half of that damage was from Salt Cure. I think it deals 13% of your health every turn. And you can't get rid of it unless you swap.
Yeah, and I'm sure Charbotron doesn't want to swap in this scenario here.
Yeah,
unless...
let me look it up. Yeah, it's a 40 power move, so pretty weak. Oh, I was wrong. It deals an eighth of your health.
Oh, whoa! Big hit from Nelson there onto Garganackle.
Yep, Stealth Rock up. I do not think he has any rapid spinners. No, wait. Great Tusk is a rapid spinner. And also, the reason why the numbers are a bit wonky on Nelson is, no, he is ground. He's not steel. Great recover. That will help. In fact, that was a even 50 to 50.
45 to 50 actually. So Garganackle actually gained health off that.
Okay. But yeah, and he's also healing off with leftovers. So there's leftovers healing, he's recovering, he is stalling it out because Nelson does lose an eighth of his health every turn until either he swaps or he dies.
Yeah, it doesn't show me the actual exact health of the... Whoa! Howard comes out and instantly takes 77% damage. That's a big hit.
This makes sense. I mean, not the big hit. There's probably a safer way he could have done that, but it makes sense for him to come in because he does have priority, and he is... This... Nutty can use that to pick up a Moxie stack.
Let's see.
Onto our good old Howard.
Yeah, Nelson does have the speed advantage here, but...
That was a very greedy move there. I mean, he's glad he survived. He probably calced it. But let's see. Actually, what's the speed? He could try to do the speed boosting move. 295 to 331. However, it's enough. The fear of a sweep is enough to get him off. Aqua Step, he gets the speed boost and does chunk out Big Burb.
Yeah.
Big Borb. Apologies.
So this should be a pretty decisive speed advantage, especially with the 1.5 speed increase from Howard here.
The thing is, does Howard have enough damage?
Yeah.
I don't think he... What? No, right. He has close combat. He has a fighting move.
Oh. So we'll see if that's going to be enough, but...
Yep, because I don't...
I think that the...
I know... Yep, you're saying?
No, I think that Big Borb, like we saw from the last match, was just able to absorb that damage so well. Able to roost and just get so much health restored. So should at least be able to outstay Howard here if Charbatron doesn't opt to try to go for the kill here. I think there is also potential for Nutty to try to... Whoa!
2% health into a body press. The low roll. No. That is a complete low roll. That was BS.
Yeah. Edgelord is going to go a little faster, but Big Borb does have that roost, like we said, or should have that roost.
Yeah,
so getting the Corcovol out is a pretty, or Corviknight out from Charbatron is pretty good considering how much damage, like we saw last game, that Corviknight was able to.
However, the cost is, I believe, was too great. Nutty lost one of his key sweepers.
Yeah.
One of his core cleanup pieces where there's less than 3 Pokemon, everyone's beat up. You need that Quaquaval on this team to just help finish off those low health targets.
Like we saw the last game, I believe the Quaquaval got 5 final blows on the Charbatron's Mons there.
Oh, I missed 2 of those final blows. Okay, I go back from last game and I give my MVP to Quaquaval. That is
because I believe the it was at least 3. I think it was 5, but I believe all the Mons from Charbatron were really low, and then Quaquaval came in and was just able to clean up.
Yep. Good trade. Good switch in. And spikes I can never remember. I think it's Gargackle who keeps putting up spikes. There's a lot of. We're starting to see the weight of these hazards that Knackle has put up. The spike, the stealth rocks. That was, I think, 25% health.
Yeah,
before the Shadow Ball.
It's compounding too, so it's. Like if you were to summate all the damage that's done is pretty big chip damage coming out on a Charbatron's Mons here.
Yep. In fact, I just realized he can't bring out Torkoal because of the rock. The rocks there.
Oh.
Stealth rocks. Stealth rocks count as a rock type attack, which is super effective against fire. It's why Charizard is not good and competitive because he's fire and flying. If he enters into a field that has Stealth Rock, he takes 50% health damage.
Yeah.
So, having this 2 fire types on your team, granted, Iron Moth is also Steel, so he takes neutral damage. Still a decent chunk, I think it's 12% of your health. Yeah, wow, that was a fast comp game. He got bodied.
Turt Reynolds comes out, like you said, does right there, takes 50% damage. Oh!
And then gets one shot, all to set up the Sun, because his team needs Sun to function. Great Tusk needs it, both Great Tusk and Sandy Shoals needs it for photosynthesis. And Iron Moth just does well in it because it's a fire type.
Yeah, and it's looking really good here for Nutty. It is even in terms of the amount of Mons, but Charbatron does have 2 that are very low health right now.
It was, now that I'm thinking about it, quite interesting for Charbo to bring a Sun team. Because one of the strengths I'm noticing by Nutty's team is that it's not a weather team. Like, if, in this case, that was like a truly crippling blow. And, oh my god, yeah, look at that, 63% health from all of that stacking stuff.
Whoa.
He needs to. However, the trade comes in onto Garganackle. Oh. Right, the fire type stuff.
Yeah. The terrestrialized.
I love that copy.
Do the stealth rocks, do they stay there now that the Garganackle?
They stay there
Ever.
forever.
Wow. Critical hit.
That was a 36%
and Nelson comes out just to die again.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, Nelson was so low for Charbatron, so...
Yeah, two sets of hazards, that is brutal. The only way to remove hazards, there are 2 ways. The first, 3 ways. But one of those ways doesn't apply because there's no poison hazards. Poisonous spikes gives poison, but any poison type move, user can actually absorb it and remove the hazard.
Yeah.
You need the move Rapid Spin.
Oh, gotcha. I think...
It's a normal type move that hits and raises your speed and also removes all hazards. The other way is actually Cinderace. Cinderace has a unique move called Court Change, which changes the side that you have your hazards on. Also, there's the item that they added, Heavy Duty Boots, which just makes you immune to hazards.
Make It Rain just does so much damage just to be followed up by a Great Tusk immune attack, so...
Yep, that balloon.
That's rough.
And that is the power of Make It Rain. It is, I believe, I can look it up. I have, on a side tab, I have Bulbapedia.
Shadow Ball comes out, finishes Great Tusk. It's not looking good for Charvatron, considering both of Nutty Ear's Mons that are alive right now are 100 health.
Yep.
Transrites comes out, instantly loses 25 HP.
Yep. So just for reference, Make It Rain is a base power of 120. For reference, Shadow Ball, which is a good move, is a power of 90. It is 30 above the average for what we call a good move.
Another win by Nutty Ear, up 2-0. So in my opinion, I think this was much more decisive than the last map.
Yes, definitely. It was just getting it was that hazard.
Yeah.
I say for map 2, the true MVP was Garganacl.
Yeah.
His hazard setting just chunked so much health.
Like I said, overall, probably got, like... I would probably give it credit for 3 kills, considering how much damage it did overall.
The assists were big.
Yeah.
I'd say the core here, now that I'm looking and I've watched 2 games, Nutty's strategy is pretty much a 3-core team of Goldango, Garganacl, and Quaquaval. Garganacl's the tank and the hazard setter. Goldango is the cannon. And Quaquaval is the sweeper. The other 3 Pokemon are up to swap, to change. Like Alolan Ninetales, it is not there for the snow. It is there to give his team Aurora Veil.
Oh, yep.
Because that's such a powerful buff.
Because, yeah, what I've noticed is when that Alolan Ninetales comes out, casts Aurora Veil and then almost instantly gets taken down.
Yep, it's kind of like with Torkoal. It sets up weather, maybe uses one move, and then either you have to swap it out or it dies. But that's what it's there for. Meanwhile, the other team, as I said, Charbo has brought a Sun team. It is all around Torkoal. You need to set the Sun with Torkoal, and then you need to and then make sure Torkoal can live. You have to get him out of there. Now, Torkoal is a naturally very bulky Pokemon, but it's not hinky.
Yeah.
Let me double check that. I might have just completely lied. Let me check his base stats real fast.
I believe Torkoal does have quite a bit of health relative to the rest of the Pokemon. The one issue is the speed is so low.
Yeah.
Just from what I've noticed,
close.
but
I was wrong, actually. He has pretty low health.
Really?
His base health is 70, and the average, like, what we want is probably, pretty much, for a number to be good, it has to be at least 90. Okay, we're on to game 3.
Yeah, I felt like that first map that Torkoal was able to stay alive.
Is his defense. Torkoal has a defense of 140. That is better than some legendaries. Wow. So he has a legendary grade defense, but he has a measly speed of 20.
Only one swap coming out from Nutty Ear here. Charvatron keeps the exact same... Wait, actually, it does swap in the Leafeon here.
Yes, I like this, actually. I like the Leafeon. This is showing that Charbo is going to fully commit to the Sun team. He realizes that that is what he needs to do to win. Because Leafeon is a sweeper, and it sweeps in the Sun. How did one team... Oh, never mind. That was Masquerain. Masquerain is an Intimidator and is more stuff. That's rough. But that is an amazing web. Sticky Web reduces the incoming speed of all incoming Pokemon. It cannot be dodged. Lots of hazards. If you're flying, you are immune to them. Like, you're immune to spikes if you're flying. But Stealth Rocks and Sticky Web are 2 hazards that you cannot dodge. Masquerain is an Intimidate, and, yep, Sacking for Tailwind, that is amazing. In 2 turns, Nuttier has taken control of the speed game. Tailwind passively boosts all Pokemon speed on your team, and he has set up a hazard to slow down the speed of the other team.
Yep. Which, like you said, like those buffs and debuffs early from Nuttier is going to put him in a very good position early here.
Like, let's see. What's the boosted speed? I can't see his boosted speed because I'm not playing. But, actually, no, I could see his possible speed.
Yeah.
His possible speed is now up to 293 against a 240. Make it range, super effective. Does not kill. It's the low roll. It's another low roll. This luck.
Oh, and the balloon's been popped early here.
Uh-huh. I think either Goldango still outspeeds. He can still finish this off, but he'll have to
I was
swap.
gonna say, Great Tusk was able, like, I think hit 2 that were ineffective to this Goldango, due to that balloon. So, the Goldango now is susceptible to the Great Tusk.
Yep, he has to swap it into a sack. Oh, he actually survived.
Managed to survive.
I was not expecting Ninetales to actually live that. I believe this will be a good time for Nutty to set up Aurora Veil.
Yep.
Just the defensive buff. Okay. Looks like he is locked in his move because I only see Charbo's name on the waiting list.
Yeah.
I think he might swap out Great Tusk. That's a lot of debuffs.
Yeah, it's pretty rough here.
I mean, it's only 1 stage drop, but that's a stage drop on defense, a stage drop on special defense. So defenses across the board are down, and he's slower.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Torkoal coming out again, too.
Yep, to get rid of the hail.
Yep. And to potentially start Sun. Oh! Super effective.
He tried to risk it.
And Great Tusk again, another one of those big heavy hitters for Charbotron.
Oh, it was
down
not only
early.
super effective, it was a crit. That explains it.
Wow.
Lucky crit off from Nutty. Punishing. He's got... This wasn't even a case of Charbo getting greedy. It's that
RNG.
6.25% chance to just say, get aft.
Yeah, I think the league commissioner has rigged the RNG in his favor.
I mean, he did. I'm assuming you mean Nutty.
Yeah.
Okay, counterpoint. Nutty did low roll twice this game, where he was like 6%.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Okay, Aurora Veil finally up, and that actually allows Ninetales to live and get out into a resist. I don't know what's about to happen. Is Make It Rain special? Make It Rain is special, so...
Trout comes out.
Torkoal coming in, because he has to. I don't know if he'll live this.
Resisted.
Okay, he lives it because he resists. But speed down, lost half his health.
Lowers the special attack, too.
Yep, lower special attack, that's part of, that wasn't Torkoal, that's just part of the move. Flamethrower in the stun, but into a resist and an Aurora Veil. That does nothing. Anything below 20% of health is nothing in this game.
Yeah. We'll see. Iron Moth still hasn't. Iron Moth and Corkable actually haven't even hit the field yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it could be.
And there's Leafeon. Leafeon taking the speed boost. Knockoff. The Miracle Seed. No, a Miracle Seed is a held item that boosts the attacking power of grass-type moves by 1.5%. Which also begs the question, why the heck is Leafeon using... There are a lot better items to use on Leafeon than Miracle Seed.
I mean, potentially you could have been scouting the Quake Wall and the,
Yep, I mean,
the
Leafeon is
yeah.
good here, because Leafeon does have a Fire-type move. But he decides against it. Predicting the Make It Rain into a Corviknight, that was good.
Getting this Goldingo down here could be really big for Charbotron.
Yep, he has to swap out the Garganacl. Oh no, it's the Battle of the Tanks.
Yep.
this is going to be a fight of wet noodle, except it won't, because Garganackle, this is why Garganackle is such an amazing tank, and it's because he can deal damage. Granted, it's a dot, but Salt Cure is amazing for tanks, because it's like, I can actually chip you out.
Yeah, just the ticking
Granted,
damage.
Corviknight is a steel type, and I actually looked it up. Steel types and rock types take less damage from Salt Cure.
Oh.
I think they only... that or they take more.
Well, those are two completely different things, so...
Yeah,
there's a 50% chance you're right, so...
Salt Cure, let me look it up on Bulbapedia. It says... oh, it's more. If a steel and or water type is affected by Salt Cure, the amount of damage returned is 1/4 of its max health.
Wow. That could be rough. Critical hit comes out again. Along with the Salt Cure onto this Leafeon here.
Yep, so...
already,
good dodge.
it's still only turn 16, and it's looking really rough here for Charbatron, in my opinion.
Yeah, and this is worsened by the fact that Sun leaves this turn. After this turn, no more Sun.
Yeah.
He has to either swap in this turn or next turn back into Torkoal to reset the time.
Whoa!
He decides to Synthesis, but that gives Salt Knuckle a chance to put up Stealth Rocks, which means
more hazards.
More hazards. Synthesis is an amazing recovery move in the Sun. It usually heals 50%, but in Sun it heals 75% of your health, making it in Sun one of the second best healing move in the game, behind Final Wish.
Nuttier uses Iron Defense too, which uses Iron Defense. So now this tank with 3 times defense here is really...
oh, he's gonna Body Press. Body Press is a attacking move that uses your defense instead of your attack to calculate.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot that was Generation 8. Generation 8 decided that tank should actually deal damage, and it's the one thing I think they did right.
Yeah, but this is looking like a really good position for this Garganackle to be in.
Oh yeah, this Garganackle's about to just wreck these.
Drought cast again.
Salt Cure super effective. Dot kills him. Someone just pinged me something. One sec. Who? I saw the ping. Where was that? I think that was... I don't know.
It does not appear it was in Aurora, so...
oh. I saw the following, like, an actual Pokemon curse set. So, I was, like, actually confused for a second. Iron Moth in. He's gonna take a good chunk.
Yeah. Iron Moth's gonna have to do some heavy lifting here if Charbatron wants to prevent the sweep.
Fire type, Fiery Dance, pretty good. But with the Salt Cure, that's gonna hurt. He can't swap out. He has to try to kill Knuckle. Otherwise, he wins.
Oh.
Dango comes in, he sacks it so that he can keep Knuckle alive.
Salt Cure gets the kill.
That's good. Well, for Nutty. That is good for Nutty.
Along with the Stealth Rocks coming out, so whoever comes in is going to take that damage.
It's in battle highlights. It wasn't Aurora. I was right. Waterfall. Okay.
Yeah,
that was from a different move.
Looks really good.
I finally figured out how to unmute Aurora.
Oh,
I had a mention only with ats, so I'd always miss stuff.
It looks like this is going to be a very good position for Nuttier to be in to try to clinch the sweep here.
The Encore forces you to use the same move for like 3 turns in a row.
Yeah.
Which now means that Borb has some amazing defense. In fact, that's the highest your defense can go.
Which honestly, there's a lot of worse moves you could be playing there to be stuck in that Encore loop with.
The issue is that he decides to go in. He decides to stay, but Salt Cure is ended. Yeah, that definitely did not deal 25% of his health, like it said.
Whoa, big recover. Garganackle's still at full health again.
Yep, but we are definitely seeing that chunking health that steel types take.
The
he has to land. Salt Cure resistant deals 1% of damage. Actually, no, maybe it is 25% because that's definitely what happened there. Yeah, he's taking 25% of his health. I was right. Okay. This is going to be a stall fight because none of the other Pokemon in Nutty's possession can now even hurt our good friend with his ×4 defense.
Yeah.
The question is, does Charbo have body press? If he has body press,
I would assume
that will
not.
deal an immense amount of damage.
I would assume if Charbatron had body press, it would have come out by now.
That is fair.
There's still so much damage being done, but
at this point,
Charbatron has Big Board solo.
Finally, a 16% crit. Oh my god. Okay.
Leafeon's got to do God's work here to be able to 1v4 this, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Nuttier is going to get the first ever Aurora.
That was actually a pretty good chunk. I mean, he dies now because he has nothing to swap to remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just dead.
I believe that's going to be it.
No, 1% health. He'll take Knackle with him. He even denies the Knackle kill.
Wait.
Knackle lives.
Oh, he's self-powered. Yeah.
And that's the end.
Nuttier with a clean sweep. Nuttier's going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. Let me see if we can get him in here for a quick little interview. Oh, I probably should not move my Discord over my stream. Let me see if I can get him in. I'm sure he'd join. But yeah, what's your takeaways there? What are you thinking about?
Was,
the first ever.
Okay.
Areas.
Before we start the interview, I'm gonna say what you were about to ask me, what my takeaway was. I think this was a battle of experience. At first, I thought it was bringing a Sun team into a very well balanced team was already kind of sus, and then bringing out the Miracle Seed with the knockoff was like very questionable moves at times from Charbo not on the actual game. In the game, he was doing the best he could, and I could see that. But in the team building stages, I think he should have kept Great Tusk in. No, wait, he did. What did he move?
Well, so I'll say this. So Charbatron, her for example, the Miracle Seed is on there because there's an item clause in the league.
Oh.
So you can't just run 6 life orbs or 6 leftovers, which is why the Miracle Seed makes sense. Because I think every move on that Leafeon, every attacking move was grass type.
Okay.
Which again was smart because my team is very weak to grass.
All right, got it.
Okay, so Nuttier, now that you're here, first off, I'd like to say congratulations on winning the first ever Aurora Pokemon League, Pokemon Showdown League title. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good. I won the league that I run, so it's not cringe at all.
How does it feel to be sleeping on the couch tonight?
I think the couch might be a little much. I might go to the floor.
Wow, you don't even deserve the couch. So going into this, I know you were the number 1 seed. I don't know exactly how high Charbatron was, but
she was the 3 seed, I believe.
The 3 seed. How confident were you coming into this match here?
I thought it was going to be really close because she beat me in regular season, and I think everyone agreed had like the best team in the league.
Like your counter, I guess.
Draft, so she built a really good team. So.
Yep, definitely. We definitely saw that. Before I continue, I think. Oh wait, unless Panini, do you have other questions?
No,
I don't have a lot of questions. For the game MVP for Pokemon, we grant it to Knackle.
Yep, I think that's a good.
I believe that his hazards were key in your game plan of winning, especially in game 2 where we were just looking and seeing 25% health getting chunked off of everybody entering the field. It's like, yep, that's hazards.
Yeah, when I drafted this team, I really wanted to utilize combination of Ninetales, Samurott, and Goldango. Samurott and Ninetales to put up spikes and Auroravale, and then Goldango is really good at keeping them off, and Garganackle is really good at just kind of punishing people for switching around it because it's so hard to KO. So it really compounds the problem.
So I have a question just about the league, because I didn't know this was a thing until I got asked to cast it because I didn't have the Pokemon tag. When will the next league start, I guess?
So I'm not sure yet. I'm hoping to get the next one sometime in around the next 2 months to start. However, between then and now, I've got 2 things planned. So there will be the next thing that we release. There'll probably be an announcement shortly, but there's currently a plan for a small tournament for a Pokemon Infinite Fusion tournament, which is
Oh, that I played that. That was really fun. Yeah,
you can play it on a Showdown adjacent website, so I'm really looking forward to that. Trying to get that sorted out, and then there's one more thing in the works, which I'm not going to announce yet, but hopefully that will also come out pretty soon. I'm hoping to have that ready in about 2 weeks. So both should come out soon, and then hopefully the next season of this will come out sometime within the next 2 months.
I'm definitely gonna be joining those.
Looking forward.
I guess one final question: will you allow, just as a personal question, in the next draft, will Electivire be in the next draft? I know he's not in Gen 9, but I like him. How do drafts work? I guess.
I think Electivire is in Gen 9. I think he got added in the latest DLC.
Oh my god, I didn't hear that. Oh, okay. That's awesome. I'm gonna pick him up. I like Electivire. He's my favorite Pokemon. I know he's not good.
He'll be in the next.
So another thing I was going to ask real quick is, back on the topic of next season, is there anything you're like either looking forward to or predicting? Are there any changes that are going to be made going into next season that you would like to share with the viewers?
Yeah, I'm going to make some changes. I don't think anything super major. I think I'm going to cut down the amount of Pokemon on each team. And I think something good from this is because it's a draft league with a lot of different like skill and experience, we weren't really sure how to balance everything going in. I think the balancing was all right, but I think we can improve upon it for the next season. So hopefully it'll be really, really competitive. And I think this season was pretty competitive. No one went better than 8-3 in the regular season. So I mean, I think that's a pretty good indicator that the league was pretty close overall.
Okay, I'll take your word on it because, as I said repeatedly, I was not there.
Yeah.
I will say, in the future, if we need casters, I can't cast Overwatch because I don't have it on my computer, and I have no plans of reinstalling it, but I will definitely be down to cast any Pokemon for next season.
What was I gonna say? Oh, one thing I was gonna was going to say about the balance is a lot of times it's like the ways you can look at to see if a league is balanced is if there's any undefeated teams or if there's any winless teams. We did not get any we did not get any lossless teams, I guess, but I think we did get a winless team.
There was a winless team,
I believe.
That was more because
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
That team was trying to have fun and not necessarily be the most competitive team.
Yeah, Muffin Lumps is the epitome of don't let him know your next move.
He took a battle, all right. He did get a battle.
Yeah.
He had one game win.
That's all you need.
All right.
But I think with that will end our grand final stream here.
Let's give a round of applause.
Yeah, congratulations again to Nutty, or congratulations to Charbatron also for making the finals.
Good job, Charbo.
Well.
Yeah.
Very improved player.
I don't know if you're planning on giving any awards. I would love to see at least both for what are they called? Trainers and for Mons. I'd love to see awards for both of those just for fun. But I'm sure if we get those, we'll see those soon.
We did give out Pokemon awards.
Oh,
that's hype.
Where can I find those? If I need it.
I believe they were in announcements. If you scroll up a little bit, yeah.
But
so
we I believe we do got a dip, as there is a Overwatch match coming up in about 25 minutes. So congratulations again to Nuttier. Thank you. congrats on a great season for Pokemon. But thank you everyone for watching. Have a nice night and stay tuned. We will have this Overwatch match coming up shortly. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.